say that after you about
Nah.
Should say revive now.
Brother did.
Yeah, we on.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makakwadash.
double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. We're the Hebrew Israelites that come out here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America. We love going into the future of America because we know that when this captivity is over, when it's up, pursuant to Daniel, I believe the second chapter, that there's not going to be any other kingdom that's going to set up after that, man.
That's right.
Okay? Yahweh's kingdom is going to be established, and after that, there isn't going to be no other nations coming up to rule over Israel. Okay? So, matter of fact, we can start off with that in Revelation 7 and 17.
Revelation 7.
7 and 17.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
I got one.
Okay, go ahead.
Daniel
Yeah,
2 and 44, and in the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people.
It says, in the days of those kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom that shall not be destroyed. Now, up until this point, all of the great, and Esau loved going into, it's one of the greatest mysteries how this great empire of Rome was destroyed and taken down. Which Esau knows how it was taken down. Ultimately, it was because of the will of the Most High, okay, that it was going to be taken down, okay. But ain't going to be no mystery of how America was taken down, going to be taken down, man. Okay, because we're proclaiming it beforehand. We're going out and we're saying that, look, America, because of its matter of fact, Nahum 3 and start the 4th verse, okay, because of America's wickedness is going to be thrown down, just like Sodom and Gomorrah was thrown down. Yo, you got it already?
Yeah.
Real quick.
Nahum 3 and
4.
Nahum chapter 3 and verse 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredom of the well-flavored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft.
The multitude of whoredoms. Okay? Now, again, when a nation commits whoredom, it's not talking about one single human committing adultery with another individual. Okay? This is talking about on a mindset scale of transgression, man. Okay? Because what happens is, our people follow after the whoredoms of these other gods, man. Okay, these other nations. If you read in Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter, starting at the 1st verse, it pretty much goes into how we were commanded not to follow after these other nations, man. Okay, not to take wives of these other nations. Matter of fact, let's get that as well. Deuteronomy chapter 4. You start at the 1st verse, and then we'll go back to that in Daniel 2 and 44.
2 and 4 and 1.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 1. Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you.
Right, and what is essentially has happened is our people have not hearkened, man. Okay, our people not hearkened, so that has led to what we see in Deuteronomy 28 and 32. Okay, meaning pretty much being that our enemies are going to be the ones that are ruling over us, man. Okay, and that's what the case is. And being that our enemies are ruling over us, they want us to continue to be in subjection. So they're not going to tell us that they're our enemies. They're going to keep us, to the best of their ability, blind to the fact that that their oppressor is ruling over them, man.
Right.
Okay, and it's not until the Spirit of the Most High started dealing with us on a certain basic level that we even understood that, hey, this man is not for us. He's not for our turn. He wanna keep us down in subjection, even though he might say, oh yeah, we want equality and all this stuff, right? Remember how you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans got over here to America, man. Okay, and if you if you're somebody that has a lineage that their father's lineage goes back to somebody that was indigenous to this area in North America or South America or Central America. Look at what happened when the conquistadors came over here in the 1500s, man.
Right.
They pretty much slaughtered 90% of the population, okay, over a course of 100 plus years, man. Okay, to the point where, you know, you have entire cities that just became ghost cities because of this man either, you know, killing you by the sword or by the famine or by the pestilence, man. Okay, going back hundreds of years ago, before you had so-called Independence Day. So if you claim to be a Native American or somebody that's of the Latinx culture, well, remember what happened to your people going back 500 plus years ago. Okay, slaughter, man, murder, rape, pillaging. This land wasn't inhabited. It wasn't no open land. It wasn't the Amazon rainforest when he got here, man. North America wasn't just monkeys and, you know, and all of the birds and stuff. There's people living here, man. And this man took it over. So he's a demon. Okay, go ahead, Ak.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 1.
And he's a demon because he took the Lord's, he touched the apple of the Most High's eye. That's the transgression. Because, you know, the Lord allowed us to take over the landmass of the land of Canaan from the heathen, which is what this is talking about. Okay, but it's because he esteems us higher than the other nations.
Right.
So it don't matter, man. We're doing His will we were doing His will by putting those nations out of that land, man. To the point where we didn't, you know, do it with certain nations, and guess what happened? The Most High got angry and said, you know what? Look, these nations that remain in the land are going to be a thorn in your flesh because you didn't do what I say by telling. When I told you to basically cast them out of the land. That's how much he doesn't give a dang about the other nation, man. Okay? Go ahead, Ak.
Like it tells you in Wisdom of Solomon, you know, that you had witchcraft, you know, you had to sacrifice the children, you know, the drinking of blood, adultery, homosexuality, bestiality, all the things that the Lord prescribed us to do in the law was pretty much what the heathen was doing. So that's what the law was made for. Whenever we went to the land of Canaan, we was to do completely opposite of what the heathen was doing. Plus that land was promised unto us down from Abraham, Isaac to Jacob. Man, it was an inheritance. So when the Lord told us to go into the land of Canaan and kill absolutely everybody, everything, destroy everything, the animals, burn it down, that was divine genocide, man. And that's what the Lord wanted us to do, but, you know, like the brothers going into, we didn't fully do that, and that was prophecy too, you know.
Yep. Because what ended up happening again is we ended up following after the gods of those nations that remained in the land, and they ended up becoming a snare unto us. We ended up getting jacked up to the point where you look at where we at now. And if you don't think that Israel is in a jacked up position, man, you don't have a, you know, and most people don't think that. Most people don't think that you know, Israel is in a position of subjection right now, because they first don't identify themselves as Israelites, so they don't view themselves as a regal nation, right? Or if they do, they view it through the lens of their enemy, saying, "Oh yeah, you know, what's the dude that they said was the richest man on earth, African dude? Yeah, you know, or you know, I'm a Moor and I come from, you know, one of the tribes of Africa. No, you know, Africa's a rich country, but guess what, man? We come from the most prestigious bloodline on the planet Earth. You better believe it. Okay, let's go ahead and get that, Bubble Shot.
Genesis chapter 15 and verse 16. But in the fourth generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full.
Right, that fourth generation, talking about after the Israelites dwelt in Egypt for that period of time that they were in Egypt. What was the location that Abraham was in? Abraham was in what? The land of Canaan, right? And so the angel had told Abraham, look, you know, you're gonna come back to the land of Canaan. Your seed is gonna come back to the land of Canaan, all right? But as of right now, you're not going to come back. You're not going to dwell here right now because the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. Meaning those Jebusites, Perizzites, that were dwelling in the land, the transgressions that they were destined to commit had not they hadn't actually done them yet, man. They hadn't actually transgressed yet to the sake of them being taken over. So it's the same thing about America, right? Let's say, for example, all of the times where Israel might have rebelled during slavery against Esau, well, the will of the Lord wasn't with them, wasn't with Esau going down at that time because their iniquity was not yet full. Now we're in the times where, what is that? Revelation the 18th chapter. Their sins are stacked unto heaven now. Okay, so their bucket list of iniquity is growing day by day by day to the point where, look, enough is enough, man.
Right.
The Lord gonna visit Edom for its transgressions.
Why not? Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 1. Therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you for to do them.
Right. Hearken, meaning listen to what what I'm telling you. Laws, statutes, and commandments. The way that we ought to carry ourselves. Go ahead.
That ye may live and go in and possess the land.
You see that? That ye may live. To the amount that life can be lived here in this flesh. The Most High was willing to give it to us if we were to hearken unto the way that we were told to go, man. Okay? But guess what we did? We found our own way. The way of the devil. And essentially it's led us to death. Right? That's why I said if you may live. Because if you don't, then you're gonna die. What you got, Ak?
I was holding that Baruch 4:1.
Okay.
This is Baruch chapter 4 verse 1. It says, "This is the book of the commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and the law that endureth forever. All that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die."
Yeah, man. So if you leave in the law, statutes, and commandments, that's the word of life. That is the way that we're gonna be able to enter into the kingdom by following the Lord's words, man, and staying obedient through faith of what He said being true. Okay. Is there more?
I didn't mean to cut you off. I just want to say, Akin, for the listen on the other end, you hear the thunder, so if it starts getting too bad, we may have to wrap up early.
Yeah,
but, just putting it out there in advance. Lord willing, the Most High holds it.
Even if it's just a circle
Just right here
around this block. Shit, let everybody else get wet.
Hey,
Because what's that in Wisdom of Solomon, where it talked about all of those plagues coming upon Egypt, but in the land of Goshen, where the Israelites was at, it was regular day. That goes into that Psalms 91, where it talks about 1,000 shall fall at thy hand. Pretty much we're gonna see the fall of our enemies. Okay, and danger's gonna be all around. All right, but the harm is not gonna come to us.
right.
That's a small glimpse of an example, which the